everyone. With this is the first project on HMI. We are going to create some project with application that is very similar to this one. Here we are going to have two buttons and some text display. So whenever you click the display this message. When you clear it, it's going to clear that message here. So it is a just get started project. To do this overall project, what we need is there are several folders. In this case, this gives the outline as how to do the project. First, in this case, you need to create some default folder where you are going to store all your HMI projects. Then when you start the project, you're going to create a separate folder for each project. That's called the application folder. Then you give a name for that application, and within that application we create multiple windows, and within those windows we create all the insert objects and do the appropriate use HMI scripts to make it functional. To run it, this one has got two different windows. One is called the window maker and also window viewer. While you are designing it, you use the window maker, and when you want to view or you want to run it in see it in run mode, you would use the window viewer. Once that is done, once it's implemented, again just like we did it in the previous the project, we are going to capture this the HMI project into Microsoft Word file, and then store it as a PDF file, and then submit it as a first project here. So we're going to start with the first project here. Again, the goal here is to create some first project. Again, here if you look at it, this one has got two overall project software is InTouch. It's made by Wonderware, and within the InTouch it has got two design windows. One is called the window maker and window the viewer, both of them. Okay, let us start with the first project. Once you have downloaded and installed the project, you must be able to see this icon here, that's InTouch. This is a 10.1 version, but even if the earlier version I have used starting from 5.1, they all actually will look very similar. Maybe slight differences in terms of library functions and so forth. So we start with here. Just say no, don't worry about it. Now here when you start with this project, you're going to start with a new project. So here we'll in this case we start file, a new project. Okay, whenever new project, here look at this file new. Here this is when you look for the first project. Wizard helps you to create different applications. The first default directory is called the default folder. That's where you're going to store all your HMI projects. In this case I created on my flash drive. This is called the HMI project s15, and all the applications are going to go under this folder. So if you look into my the folder here, you would say here is I created some Z8 HMI project s15, and all my the project that are going to be created, dp1, dp2, they are going to be stored here, and that is actually called the project folder, and that we will specify in the next step. But it's a good idea to have a separate folder for all the HMI project. That's the first folder. Okay, once in this case I have picked, let me see, you can browse, make sure it is the project. You can here If you don't have one, obviously create it. It's Z8, excuse me, that's Z8. Okay, so now that's Z8, and once that is done, you have set the, excuse me, here actually we have selected the default folder. Once that is done, you go to the next. Now here you would specify what's called the application folder, and this is also called the, say, enter the directory where you want to have the application to create it. That's called application folder. In this case, I want to call it like a dp1 HMI, and I'll put last name, and they say s15. To make sure this one is identified as different from other names, I'm gonna give that as like a folder. It's not a file name, it's just a folder. The folder is very important because this project, whenever a project is created, there will be 20 different types of files under this folder, so it's a huge number. It's very hard to understand what they are. So that's folder, that's where all the files will be stored. When that is done, then so what we have done is that's the application folder. In this case, dp1 HMI Reddy. Sorry, that the application folder. dir, I'll say no, dir, I'll put folder. Okay, that's the application folder. Then next we would like to have the then you specify the name of enter the name of description of the application. This is a InTouch view application. This is again dp1 HMI Reddy, sorry. It's why obviously it should be your last name. Yes, 15. To distinguish this one from the others, this is the application, so I'll call it appl, so to differentiate it from the folder. That's the name of the application. It will be created under the folder that we specified earlier. Okay, once that is done, you don't have to enter any description. Finish it. Once that is done, you see it is this application is created here. Then we can enter here. What I'll do is okay, now here, once that is done, we done the application name, and then one thing is a good idea is not to create this on the desktop. If you create it, you won't be able to see the hierarchy of the file system. So the best thing is to create somewhere else, either on your flash drive, or even if you create on your own laptop, but it make sure you create somewhere on the My Documents, or not even under My Document, maybe create under a C drive where you'll be able to see the file hierarchy. Now we create once that is done, you create a window for it. Now they click on it, and then create see they go into the design maker, and that is the design maker. Once maker is done, then you go into the view. Just simply say okay. Just ignore it. Is license is not available. It's a free version that what we have downloaded, so just ignore. Now once that is done, I'm gonna okay, once that is done, once you go here, you can create a window. You see here it is a Windows, Now that's actually, see, this the project folder. That's where it's all everything files corresponding to this project will go. In here we're gonna create a window. In the create a new window, right click it gives you pop-up menu and say new window. We'll say whatever you want to call it, dp1, same thing, HMI, put same, ready. To distinguish from other things, I will say it's a main window application. You can have multiple windows, and this happens to be the first window. And then you say you can actually have any color that you want and so forth. Let's just use the default color. Okay, once that is done, now we got the window. I'm gonna reduce the size so that, okay, once we have that, now we got the window. Now we can, what we want to do is we want to enter two text boxes. What we want to do is we want to enter this one text box. This is a text box, that's also text, this is also text. These are what are called a command button. These command buttons you get it from what called the wizards section. This you can get it from the, see right here under this section, that's a T. Okay, so this is that one, that's here, and these two come from wizards. The wizard is actually his this one. See this, we can see that that's a wizard window. So let's see if you put the text, put some, say this is my first HMI project. Okay, once that is done, next what we want to have is the enter two buttons. Again, if you go here, see wizards, and that's where you have all the objects. You can insert any one of them, like we got various types of ActiveX controls, we have alarms, we have various types of buttons, clocks, frames. We are in subsequent project we'll be using majority of them. Lights, meters, panels, some of the what I call the runtime tools, sliders, smart symbols, switches, text boxes, trends, that's the graphs, value displays in terms of digital value, window controls, and so forth. So this one what we are interested is buttons. So under the buttons we have various types of buttons. What we are interested is there is the one called command buttons. So click it. So insert that, then you duplicate this one, Control D. You got another one, so you got the two controls. And then you want to name this as a display and name this as a clear. So if you double click it, that I'll call is display. And then we want to do something when the button is on. So before we do this, I think we need to do something. We need to give a name for it so that actually we can write some triggers for it. So let me go back here. Now in this case, this is going to be a string type, and we need to give a tag name for it, so that if you want to do something with it, other objects, it has to have a name. That name is called the tag name. So if you see the tag name, so let's call this like a tb1, and then okay, define it, then close it. Okay, so when that is done here, now this is a text which has got tag name of tb1, and double click this one, go to the and give a label for it. What is that's what is going to be displayed on the front of the button. here you click on button, and here you will write what called the triggers, and whatever the software that you put it in here, it does all the code. Whatever code that you put in here will be executed when you press a button. So in this case, let us say it is dp1. What we are going to do is it's going to display a string. String is specified in double quotes and semicolon. So that's this is let us say I'll call this is text from display button. Okay, so it is gonna, when you click it, it's gonna display this text. Then you say okay. Once that is done, let's say okay. Next, actually we want to do similar kind of thing. You make a copy of this. Okay, then you say this one you want to clear it, not clear, say clear or clear this on button. So when you execute this one, what you want to do is this is say text from clear button. This is from the clear button. So we say okay. Now that is done, clear. Okay. Okay, in addition, once you want, you can make it a little bigger. Make it a little bigger here. Okay. You can always actually align it and whatever you want to do afterwards. Okay, once that is done, now we got a display button. Now you simply go into see this. Right now we are in design mode. So if you want to execute it, you go to the run mode. It's a toggle. So you go to run mode. Simply say OK. Ignore. Playing on this. That's all right. This is a demo model that cannot run no more than 120 minutes, but that will be good enough for us. Now you see that's a window here. Now if you display it, see that's actually this is the text from display button. When you click this, it's going to display from the clear button. So you can, that's the function. Let's call that triggers. When you click it, the trigger was dp1 equal to the string. Here when you click it, dp1 equal to that string that we have typed here. So once that is done, you want to make it again. You want to make any improvements, go back to the development. So in this case, in addition to that, I want all of you to insert your name and ID number, so that it is your project. So I'm going to type here the text. This is Reddy G and last, first and middle. GN and that ISA. Then you put your ISA class ID. Class ID, and say in my case maybe up to 76. So that will be this class IDs you can find under if you go to the blackboard, you'll be see under the tests. See this if you go to the test, here at the attendance ID, you click on it, it will show what your number is. The same IDs you're going to use for tests and so forth. So once that is done, again run it. Then say display, and clear, display clear. Once that is done, what you want to do is you modify it and return, and then save this text file. Simply capture this, alt print, and put it into a Microsoft Word and save it as a PDF file, and then submit it before the deadline. Once that is done, if you really want, unlike if you really go back and look into this, the projects, I'm going to close this now. If I want to run this existing project, unlike all other software packages, this one doesn't have any project file to run. To be able to do that, what we have to do is you have to go to the InTouch, go to the file, and you essentially open the what's called the project folder. Once you pick up the project folder, then it automatically goes into the design mode. So I'm gonna say clear it here. It is done. Or before you do this, what you go to the development, make sure you save everything. Say what you want to do is save file, and make sure you save all windows, so that every project is done. Then you say file exit, so it's proper exit. If anything is not stored, it prompts you for missing stored information. Then you'll be able to do this thing. Now if you want to open the existing project, what you have to do is sorry, if you want to open an existing project, if you want to existing open, you go to the file exit. Oops. Let me see one more time. This one, in this case, let me see, the think there is a way to close it. I think if you start the new one, there will be tools section, and you can have to go to the tools and pick up the folder. If you go back to the folder section now, let us see what we have. Excuse me. See this under this folder now, HMI, the projects. We go here, these are all the HMI projects. Under this one, we just now created dp1 HMI folder, and this under which we have all the project files. See, if you look at the folder, look at how many different types of files are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. There are 26 or 28 different files with all kinds of initial things. It's very important that when you are there in the folder, make sure actually you turn on the file extensions as we did in the previous project, so that you can see this extension. And also you would see that there is no project file to click to start it. So all of them, I think, the only way to do this, you need to go to the search and actually pick this folder. Once you pick the folder, then it automatically it's all links something. It's a very weird representation of the project, but that's how it is. So again, go and submit your project once you are done, and that is it for the first project. Bye now.